Hi, I'm Jason. I'm the Canadian Biz Geek. Today we're going to talk about playing with Lego. Now, I'm talking about Lego not because it's fun, and frankly, there's a lot of grown adults that play with it. What I'm talking about is the greedy adult that wants to keep all the Lego to themselves. They don't want anybody else. It's mine, Lego, mine. You're never going to touch it. Why are people like that? And we're going to talk about that just in a moment. Now, when I say playing with the Lego, I'm not talking literal. What I like to do is talk about it from a metaphorical point of view. And in this case, the Lego is all the work that needs to be done in a business. Now, there are a lot of great managers out there. There are a lot of passionate managers out there. And I've worked with a lot of managers out there that believe that they are the best person to do the job, that nobody else is as good as them, and in a time of crunch, in a time of need, they are the best person to do that role. Now, I like using the analogy of the captain of the ship. I've talked about it a number of times. I'm going to do a whole video on being a store manager and the captain of the ship. I rather love that analogy because it is probably the best fit in terms of a metaphor. But in this case, playing with all the Lego and the manager being the best person to do the job, a lot of times it's like the captain of the ship going down to the engine room, we're talking old school, and shoveling the coal in the furnace because he's the fastest coal shoveler. Is that the best use of that captain's time? Of course not. What the captain should be doing is teaching people how to shovel coal so they can shovel coal. Well, what happens is you get managers that love to keep all the Lego to themselves. They don't share any of the responsibilities. They don't delegate. They do everything themselves. And what do you see? You see it over and over and again. You see the stressed out, frazzled manager that just doesn't have time, and usually they become emotional wrecks and the business suffers, and they don't understand how to pull themselves out of that spiral. It's like a dog chasing its tail. You can't do it all. You're not expected to do it all. What you're expected to do is make sure that all aspects of your business run well. And for a lot of people, that's really tough. And that is also, I think, a big transition, a big tipping point for a lot of people is when they learn that they have a team and it's not all on them. And when they learn to trust people and actually leverage the energy and the talent and the skills of those people that are working with them, they can make their business something. And I've had a number of times in my career managers that have held on to all that stuff so tightly, and then they've had that epiphany and they've said, you know what, I'm going to let go. And they start delegating and they start trusting because they see that the work's getting done. One, because they actually taught their staff how to do it. They followed up, made sure, and then once they were happy with the results, those results were then shared with the rest of the team. This epiphany, in my opinion, is the biggest epiphany that any manager can have. If you play with all the Lego and you don't let anybody else touch your Lego, and you refuse to share and say, here, you build the house, you build the forest, you build the cars, and we're going to build this village together. Love that analogy. We're going to have a lot better time than trying to do it all yourself. So with that fairly straightforward analogy, let other people help you. You hired them. They're smart. At least I hope they're smart if you hired them. But they are there to make your life and your business better. Leverage your staff. Don't hog all the Lego to yourself. And with that, I'm the Canadian Biz Geek. Don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure that you watch some more. With that, have a great day.